Hey Juni! Great that you came by. As you can see, the first guests are already arriving, but there's gonna be more. Lots more. You haven't missed the news, have you? That it's open house week here at the Jorvik Stables this week? I didn't think so. When we have an open house week, we get visitors from near and far. Anyway, enough small talk. Would you like to help out with our events this week? There's plenty to do, so I'll be working from early in the morning until late at night. If you'd help, I'd be so grateful. I might even get a little sleep tonight. Atta girl. A good work ethic. I like it. Could you help me decorate the yard for a start? I haven't managed to put up all the balloons yet. Great! You just need to put them up around here. Thanks for putting them all up. You've got them looking just right. Now it's looking top-notch, wouldn't you agree? I don't think we need to decorate more than this, since people aren't really coming to see how fancy we've made the place. Okay, Juni, I'm about to start a beginner's lesson. Could you ride down to the paddock and get 3 of our calmest horses? Great! Oh, and Juni, before you ride off, take these with you. They are 3 bridles you'll need to put on the horses before you let them out of the paddock. Fantastic! Those 3 are our calmest, kindest horses. I try to always use the calmest horses with the beginners so that they can take away a good memory of their first riding experience. We want them to come back after all. It's thanks to days like these that it's going so well for our stables. But we've hung around chatting much too long, so now it's time to get back to work. I mean you too, Juni. You can't just do half a job. Now that you fetch the horses, they need to be groomed before they can be saddled and used for the beginners. Take this grooming brush and hoof pick and get going. Nothing will ever get done by just standing here. Off you go. There we go! Nice work! Now it's time to saddle up the horses. One, 2, 3, 3, 3? This is odd. Oh, Stein. I asked Stein to make sure we had enough saddles days ago, and he promised he'd take care of it. I really hope he's got the rest of the saddles with him, because these ones here aren't exactly going to go very far. I I know! We had lent out some of the saddles, but they should have come back by now. I just need to double check the stable one more time in case they're in there. Could you give me a hand looking for them? Thanks! They should be in a box of some kind. It's probably Stein who's taken the return delivery and left it somewhere it shouldn't be. Excellent, Juni, you found it. Thanks so much. We've still got far too few saddles, but I hope Stein's got the rest of them. I know there were a few of them that needed a little looking after, so he said he'd scrub up the ones he could and send the rest to a saddle maker to get fixed up. We've got enough equipment to at least saddle up the horses for the beginners group. Take these 3 saddles and put them on the horses, please. Thanks so much. Your work is really appreciated, especially since I've got a whole truckload of other stuff to be getting on with. All done with the horses? Great! Did you remember to tighten the saddles up just right so that they're neither too loose nor too tight on the horses? Good! Looks like you've done a pretty nice job. I need to go and ask Stein about the rest of the saddles and whether they're back from the saddle maker, because we'll really need all the horse gear we can get our hands on for today. There are more and more visitors to our open day every year. Anyway, can you take these direction signs and put them up while I go and talk to Stein? They're for the racetrack that we usually set up to let riders get a feel for what it's like to compete in a race. Thanks! There are 9 of them that need putting up. I'll just mark on your map where you need to put them. Are you done? How did it all go? Great! When you put up the direction signs, did you make sure they were nice and fastened? You didn't do it too quickly or anything. If they're not put up properly, they'll just blow away with the first little gust of wind that comes along. You say they're good and solid? Great! Can rely on you, Juni. A few years ago, Stein forgot to put up the signs at all, so a bunch of riders went completely the wrong way. Not gonna have a repeat performance of that. Thanks for helping out, Juni. Now I got to go and look after a new group of visitors, but could you please talk to Stein? I still haven't heard anything about those saddles he was supposed to be taking care of. Great! Let me know as soon as you hear anything, because we really need as much gear as we can get our hands on. Hi, Juni. Saddles, well... Lovely weather today, eh? And isn't it great with the open house thing happening? Lovely balloons and all. Saddles? What? Hey, speaking of saddles, have you tried the new race I helped set up? Loads of great obstacles, and I heard you even put up the balloons. Oh my stars, what a whole lot of nagging I'm getting about these flaming saddles. First Johanna and now you. Yeah, alright, you don't need to talk quite so loudly. I'll tell you, but you have to promise not to say anything to Johanna, okay? She'd be angry as a bag of bees if she found out. I've, lost them. Sorry, yeah, I've lost the saddles. Or, well, yeah, they're not totally gone or anything, but I was out riding this morning doing a few errands. I'd picked up the saddles from the saddle maker but had a couple of other little jobs to do before I could ride back. When I returned, I noticed that the box I'd put the saddles in wasn't completely closed, so they must have fallen out along the way. My first thought was that I needed to get out and retrace my steps, but it's just been so busy here. The animals need looking after and all the preparations for the open house. Could you ride over and see if you could find them? There should be 4 of them. Thanks so much, and please promise not to tell Johanna. You found the saddles! Wow, thanks, Juni. Gosh, they're filthy though. How on earth are we gonna fix this, Juni? Johanna is definitely gonna suspect something if I give her the saddles in this state. She'll ask me, work out what's happened, and be super mad. We need to buff them up and get them clean again so that she doesn't work out what happened. It's really easy to clean a saddle. You just take the saddle soap and... Wait, where's the saddle soap? I had it right here just a second ago. Have you seen it? It can't just have gotten up and walked off. Could you help me have a look for it? Thanks. Let me know as soon as you've found it. Try to keep a low profile so that Johanna doesn't suspect anything. Did you find it? Nice one, Juni. Phew! Now I can breathe again. Okay, now I've got the saddles and the saddle soap in the same place. Just need to get the saddles cleaned, but how are we gonna do that without Johanna thinking something's up? I've already got a packed schedule, and I don't know if I'll have time for any more tasks, and cleaning saddles takes a while. Could you help me out, Juni? Please? Thanks! It's really easy. You just take the saddle soap and use it on the saddles to get them all fresh and clean. Lay the saddle over the fence and then use the soap. Simple. Sweet work, Juni. They look great. Johanna won't suspect a thing. That's a relief. Then she won't need to know I lost them. Thanks for helping, Juni. Could you take the saddles over to Johanna for me? I'm afraid I'll give myself away if I have to talk to her. Oh, I'm not asking you to lie for me. It's just that the chance of her asking you awkward questions is much smaller than it would be if I took them over. Thanks. Now I need to get back to work. Hey, Juni. Have you got the saddles with you? Finally! Why on earth did it take so long with the saddles? Ugh, you don't need to answer that. They're here now and that's the main thing. Anyway, can you see those girls over there by the horses you saddled up earlier? Well, they're some of the members of the beginners group. They came too late to catch the first group ride, but maybe it's for the best since they're so inexperienced. They're getting a little impatient, and it doesn't seem as though they'll be bothered to wait until the next ride starts. So I was thinking, ever thought about becoming a riding instructor? No? Well, maybe this is the perfect time to try. You don't need to look quite so scared. I'm not asking you to do anything impossible. I'm just wondering if you'd like to take these 3 girls out on a little ride to Jarlaheim. Stop there a little while and then ride back here. You'll give it a go? Lovely! I'll give you a few more details about the ride soon, but could you help the girls up onto their horses first? Great! Fantastic! I saw how you helped those girls. You definitely have the talent to be a good riding instructor. Okay, now I'll tell you how our riding trips work. We usually start by riding nice and slowly since these girls haven't had any experience. Then you can start to pick up the pace a little once they're a bit more confident. It's important that you get all of them to Jarlaheim and that you don't lose anyone along the way. We don't want anyone getting lost. Did everything go well? I just knew you would be a great riding instructor. Every year our visitors seem to forget all kinds of stuff when they visit. Cell phones, keys, clothes, everything imaginable. Sometimes Steiner and myself won't find the things they've lost or forgotten until a long time afterwards. Sometimes I find things and just have to wonder for just how long they've been there. Could you take a little trot around and see if anyone's left anything behind? Great, I'll fix up a corner where we can put all the forgotten items. Thanks, now I don't have to worry about finding some lost property half a year from now while I'm grooming the horses. Herman really wanted me to take a few photos of all the activities over the week, so that we can put them up on our website. It's good for marketing purposes, and it's something the visitors seem to really appreciate. I thought maybe I could ask you if you were any good at photography. I'm pretty useless at it. Not awful, but definitely not great. Would you fancy taking the camera and giving it a go? Great, thanks! Lovely! Looks like you've taken some really nice pictures, and they'll be just perfect for the website. Thanks ever so much for all the help you've given me and Stein. We couldn't have done it without you. Now, why not take the chance to take it easy and enjoy the events? If you want to have a go at any of the races again, you just have to ask me.